When it comes to living in an established compound in a tropical fishing village in Brazil, one finds oneself surrounded by mature trees, many producing delicious 100% organic fruits. For example, we have 2 mango trees, 30 coconut trees, 2 lemon trees, 2 gigantic jackfruit trees, 1 jambu tree, 2 goiaba trees, 2 arasa trees, 3 caju trees. We also have edible flowers, pineapples, bananas, papaya, sugarcane, corn, etc.
It smells so good. It smells like lima. It's a kind of orange that don't have acidity. You give for babies. Orange you cannot give for little babies, but this lima you can give. And it's a light smell. And this one has a similar smell. We call limão balão.
Bom dia, Bela. Come on, let me open the door for you. Come on, come on. Okay, sit down, Bella. Sit down, Bella. No jumping, no jumping. Sit down. Oh my goodness. Happiness all around. Happiness all around. Bom dia, Chico.
So here has some tooth to attach and pull it.
Oh, bravo, Elci.
Yeah, because it's yellow already. It's ready to go.
Bravo. Wow, that's like, look at the size of these gigantic thingies. What are they called? Balloon lemons?
Limão balão.
What do you think, Bella? Is today going to be a good day? You ready for some breakfast, Bella? It's breakfast time for her, so she knows that. Super excited. I feed her once a day in the morning. Right? You ready? Ready? And you see these doves, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doves, they come every morning because all the leftover food from chiku, the calopsita, the cockatiel, I throw over here. So they have started coming every morning to eat those seeds. You know, so as I'm walking around filming various things that I see on this beautiful beach, Elci's about 200 meters walking in front of me. We're each in our own zones. And suddenly I'm inspired to sing this song. It just came to my mind. It's a song from an old Bollywood movie. I can envision, I think Rajesh Khanna was the person that was shown singing the song, even though it was sung in somebody else's voice, as is common in Bollywood, where the person singing is somebody different than the actor that's portrayed as if he's singing it. So usually they look for singers that have similar voices to the actors. So here's the song. Mere sapno ki rani kab aayegi tu, biti jaye zindagani kab aayegi tu, chaliya tu chaliya. मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू, बीती जाए जिंदगानी कब आएगी तू, something 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 something, चलिया तू चलिया. You know, back when we lived in the United States, I used to always have a bird feeder for the longest time, for many years, and every morning these birds would come, all types of birds that live in the United States, in Maryland. And it was a sheer moment of pleasure every morning to wake up, have a cup of coffee in your hand and watch these birds, like an army of birds that would come. one after the other, for hours. And it was such an exciting sight to see. So feeding birds, I find it to be soul food for me. It really gives my soul pleasure to feed birds and to watch them eat and to be happy, etc. I also think it brings good energy to one's life when you make little sacrifices. Well, it's not really a sacrifice. When you take time out to feed animals like that, I think God looks upon that as a little job worth rewarding. So it brings blessings to your life for that day, I think. What do you think? We'd like to introduce you to Mr. Hawaii, one of the few helpers we hire every month or two to help us clean up our expansive compound, which has dozens of trees and shrubs. Here you can see him collecting old coconuts that are starting to sprout. In areas like ours that are predominantly rural, without any yard waste pickup service, residents here like us have no choice but to collect yard waste and burn it. Afterwards, the majority of the leftover ash is used as fertilizer around our trees, plants, and flowers. On this Mother's Day, words feel too small to capture the depth of gratitude and love that fills one's heart. A mother's love is the quiet strength that lifts us in our darkest hours and the gentle light that guides us when we feel lost. She sacrifices without question, gives everything without expecting, and loves without limits. Every hug, every whispered word of encouragement, every sleepless night spent worrying, they are the threads that weave the fabric of our lives. Today, we honor not just what mothers do, but who they are, the heartbeats of our homes, the anchors of our souls, and the first and forever friends we carry in our hearts. So the rainy season is upon us, and we're finally, after months of waiting, getting gutters put in, so our rainwater capture system will be up and running in a week or so that all of this water that we get, natural water from the skies, will be able to save 2 big barrels just to drink from in the event of an emergency. That feels really satisfying. Because you just never know, because if your power goes out, your pump cannot take water out from the ground, and it's always good to have extra water lying around that you can boil and drink. That's what the rainwater capture system is going to do for us. क्या है भरोसा तैं 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 आशिक दिल का तैं 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 और किसी पे आ जाए आ गया तो बहुत तू पछताएगी तू मेरे सपनों की रानी कब आएगी तू Luckily for me, my Sapanuki Rani has already arrived. In a few days we celebrate our wedding anniversary actually. We will have been married for 9 years. You know, so we have about 30 coconut trees in our compound, and these are all the coconuts that we've been collecting for the last, I would say, year or so. And initially Elci had some projects for these coconuts, but they're just becoming a nuisance because now we're in the rainy season and there's nothing to be done with them, and they're just becoming a haven for critters to live in. So we've had our gardener here taking care of them. We're going to make a big bonfire later today or tomorrow if it doesn't rain, and burn all these things off, because that's the only thing we can do. We don't have any trash trucks that haul this away, and then we use the ash as a fertilizer for things that we grow around the compound. It's very difficult to find people, quality people, once you cross your 50s. And Elci and I were both in that situation. She was a widow. Her first husband had passed away. I found myself divorced after my first marriage that lasted 22 years crumbled. And I was on the lookout to get married again, because I'm just the kind of person, I don't like to date too much. I like to be in a stable relationship. So Elci and I met, and after 3 months of getting to know each other, this was in the US, we got married. And that was exactly 9 years ago in a few days. So my Sapanoki Rani is right here. Mere Sapanoki Rani kab aayegi tu. Thank you, God, for giving me Elci, my Sapanoki Rani. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you, God. Love you, God. Oh my goodness, Elci. These are like gigantic. Look at that.
They are. And they taste very good for a lemonade and for that Indian dish. Remember? We do like a vinaigrette and we let it ferment a little bit.
Right.
Few days, 4 or 5 days.
Right.
It tastes very good. I did 2 times, right?
Yeah, I can't wait. Look at the size of these things. Goodness gracious. The lemons there. Patience is a prerequisite when you visit restaurants in laid-back places like Bahia, Brazil. When you order food, expecting it to take 45 minutes to an hour to arrive is not uncommon. It is just the way things work down here. The food when it arrives will be freshly cooked, smell and taste delicious, and nothing like the freezer and microwave variety that you may be used to in your country. So bring along some patience. Enjoy the breeze and the bikinis, the lush green palm trees and cresting waves, white sands and delicious caipirinhas. Just know your limit, because they are known to be super strong in Brazil. In August 2021, we found our combi on Facebook Marketplace, and she was located not far from where we were in the state of Espírito Santo. After only a few days, we found ourselves negotiating a deal, and soon after, the combi was ours. She needed a lot of upgrading, especially if we were going to travel, sleep, and cook in it. And so began our journey. We visited various relatives of Elci and drove as far south as Porto Alegre. Our road trips included Gramado, Florianópolis, Curitiba, Foz do Iguaçu, Bonito, São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Paraty, Belo Horizonte, Ouro Preto, before we finally rented an apartment in Ilhéus, Bahia, where we lived for a year or so. In December 2022, we finished building our small rustic beach home on land that belonged to Elci and moved into it. Now, it's coming up to 2.5 years of us living in the bungalow, and we're getting anxious to travel once again. For that, we need our van back, which is in the finishing days of her rust removal and paint job.